Hi everybody, how are you? Hope you're all doing well. I am out at the park on the little boardwalk that they have here. It's really pretty, very peaceful. Probably hear all the bugs, birds chirping. It is a little bit on the hot side. um, so I just want to talk about a little bit about our environment and what it creates. It creates the person, the reality that we live in, who we think we are, versus the truth of who we are, which is beyond all that. It's none of that. Because what we believe ourselves to be is a conditioned state created from the environment, like I was saying. So what does that include? That includes your upbringing, the people that you're around, the belief systems, the perceptions that you see through created by your belief systems, the false beliefs that you take in, your experiences, includes your culture, your religions, your school, your society, your friends. You have to wear certain clothing, you have to do certain things. So it includes all of that, and that presents and creates the person that you become throughout life and the experiences that you have going forward. But knowing that that is a false self, that's not true self, then looking beyond all that, if you took that all away, what is left is kind of a good way to look at it. So what is and what remains after all that's gone? So imagine yourself walking into, and this is a good visualization for meditation. Imagine yourself going into a room, which is all just clear white, pure, nothing in there, and leaving all your conditioned states, beliefs about yourself, all the conditions, patterns, cultures, religious perceptions, the clothing that you wear, just going into this room and just being and seeing what comes forth. It's a really good meditation practice, because what's inside that room is clear of all the other stuff, and you leave the stuff outside the room. So that's a good way to look at it. So how do you get out of being the person and you're becoming your authentic true self? It's actually shedding what is not true about yourself. So what are your beliefs that you're holding? What are your perceptions that you're holding? Are you, and I don't want to say that religion's not good or anything like that, or your culture's not good, but it's how are you connected? How are you in that space with it? It's okay to experience it, and that's not what I'm saying, but you don't want to be attached to it where it affects you on an emotional level or at any level. So you don't want to have any connection to it, but be a part in it, if that makes sense. Because when you have the connection to it to a certain depth, it can lead to suffering. And that's the point of it, is being within this, in the world, without being of it, which was something I believe was said by Jesus. And it's the same thing. It's not being in the world that way. It's being within the world, but not in the world where it causes suffering. And learning to be able to do that, it's okay to have and enjoy, because we enjoy people. We enjoy being around other people, helping people, and doing certain things. So it's not saying that you shouldn't do that, but it's saying that You want to be there, be present, and not have an attachment to it because of the outcome of the situations or whatever it is. Because a lot of people, they are so much into their religion, their beliefs, that it causes them suffering. It also may cause them to hurt or hate other people, and that is where people are getting into being overly attached to their belief systems. Because when you're taking it to a point where you're hurting somebody or hurting yourself, then there you have to take a step back and take a look at it. Because although the world is an illusion, we're here to experience, we're here to play upon the world, the play that we're playing within the world. So take a look at those things. See where you're suffering. Is it causing you suffering? Is it causing you to not expand? A lot of things about religion is it keeps you in a box. And that's what a lot of things do. The culture keeps you in a box. So you're not experiencing other things that you could experience to see outside of that. You're stuck within a box when you're attached to something. You can't grow, you can't expand, you can't see things from other views. And that's important. So try to step out of your culture. Try to step out of your belief patterns, your religions, what you're supposed to wear, what you're supposed to do. And I'm not saying in a negative way, but do it in a way where you can expand and arise above and experience other things. And another way, that's a good way to do it, is actually going and living or visiting another culture and outside of where you live, so you can see how it's really done or see the experience of what's going on. And that's a good way to kind of take you out of that and see how you're affected by it. Does it bother you? Does it bring up some emotions? Does it bring up thoughts, judgments, things like that? And that'll be able to really help you see where you are with that. So, one culture is not better than the other. One's not worse than the other. One religion is not better than the other. One is not worse than the other. So, it is all just an experience. So take a look at that, see what that is, shed those false beliefs, shed the perceptions, step out of the box, and just be in that space and not be of it. Happy journeys.